Today we're talking about Claressa Shields and Papoose, and whether this so-called blissful phase, the honeymoon stage, is already cracking. Because when you're dealing with a situation where a woman is entangled with a married man, the problems don't take long to show up. And once again, I'm here to say this very clearly. Anytime Papoose is back in New York, you already know where Remy Ma is. And without fail, Claressa Shields suddenly starts crashing out online. Every single time. It never misses. She always seems to have unlimited time for the internet. Whether she's chronically online, whether she claims she's just addressing the haters, it always circles right back to one person, Papoose. Every road leads there. And here's the part people don't want to talk about. Papoose knows exactly what he's doing. He knows he's wrong. He knows he's playing games with this girl, and he's doing it anyway. Because when this situation inevitably implodes, he's either going to run right back to Remy, try to spin the block with Remy, or move on to whoever else is allegedly on his list of women that he's entertaining. That's just how this usually goes. Now, what we're about to do is get into a short clip, a small clip that we might have to play more than once, where Claressa Shields is once again on Snapchat, on social media, on the apps, doing what she always does. It doesn't matter if she's at the gym or supposedly training. The focus is not on locking in. The focus is not on preparing. The focus is on responding to comments, clapping back at people, and engaging with every single narrative online, instead of fully dialing in for this alleged February fight. So we're going to watch the clip, and then we're going to react to it together today.
Anybody can get sick. Nigeria getting beat up today. I wish Papoose in too. I put hands on him too. Today, anybody can get it today. Anybody can get sick. Get it today.
So what happened to all that talk about, you know what I'm saying, bringing the nursing home food from the kitchen upstairs to where Papoose was supposedly posted up in the back room, all the way in the corner, laid up in the bed watching TV, living this so-called soft life? What happened to that? Now all of a sudden it's, I wish Pap was here, I'd put hands on him. Huh? What are we talking about right now? What are we actually doing? And this is the part I really don't understand when it comes to Claressa Shields. Anytime things don't go her way, anytime she's frustrated or upset about something, her first instinct is violence. Her first reaction is always, I'll fight somebody. Number one, Claressa Shields, your biggest issue in this entire situation is very simple. You cannot control the actions of a married man. That is the core problem here with Papoose. You were the one begging him, and yes, per the text messages that Remy Ma made public, begging him to do certain things, begging him to treat you like a real girlfriend. Meanwhile, this man is allegedly sleeping on the couch at his wife's house, sleeping on the couch at Remy's place, still trying to spin the block, still trying to get back with her. He only left once Remy Ma put him on blast publicly. Now that the dust is settled, now that this alleged $8 million deal is on the table, suddenly Papoose has all the time in the world to be back in New York, where Remy Ma is. All the time in the world to be at the same leather shops, you know what I'm saying, Daniel's Leather, getting mink coats for the holidays and all of that. I didn't see their child anywhere. The kid was nowhere in sight. The man had on the same outfit, and according to Tasha K, she allegedly has receipts of Papoose and Remy together that she hasn't even released yet. But Claressa Shields, when this inevitably implodes with Papoose, you really have nobody to blame but yourself. Talking about you're going to put hands on him, that anybody can get it, you knew exactly what you were signing up for when you chose to publicly engage in all of this foolishness with a married man. It never ends well with a married man. Never. That's exactly why people keep saying this over and over again. If y'all are really that in love, if this is truly meant to be, then you wait. You wait until the divorce is finalized, you wait until the paperwork is done, you wait until people have actually taken the time to move on properly. Because if Papoose is still not willing to let Remy Ma go after everything that has already happened, and they're allegedly not even moving forward with a divorce, then we have to ask the obvious question. Where is the divorce decree? Where is the update? Where is the final paperwork? Remy Ma already told us she tried to handle it the easy way. She said she was working with her lawyers to get a quick divorce, and Papoose refused to agree to it. The only reason he allegedly even filed anything back in May of last year was because of that Breakfast Club interview, when everyone started asking, hold on, he's still married, right? And as of today, last time I checked, he is still married. Remy Ma herself said it during press for the Remy Network, the same network with over 100,000 downloads and more than 4 million views in just over 40 days. She told TMZ very clearly, when I call Papoose, he answers. When I call Papoose, he comes. She said their co-parenting works because she's unproblematic. She's the wife. They share a child. She is still legally married to him. And let's really talk about this part. If something were to happen to Papoose, if he got sick, if there were an emergency, who's listed as the emergency contact? Who controls the estate? Who is legally responsible? Not you, Claressa Shields. There are no papers that say you're responsible for his assets, no documents that say you're in charge of his estate, no legal authority whatsoever. You are not his wife. So when you say Papoose can get it, when you talk about putting hands on him, for what? He's not upstairs. He's not hiding in a back room. He's in New York City, and he's been in New York City. That's why this crashing out doesn't make sense. You are not having a good week. Between calling in to Hood Champion Sports, pretending to be someone else, then admitting it was you, threatening people online, crashing out over Papoose, it's not landing. And now you're trying harder than ever to push this boxing match that, let's be honest, people are not excited about. People are not talking about it. You couldn't even secure a bigger name for the ring walk. It's just not connecting. This isn't it. Crashing out over Papoose, of all people, is not it. Crashing out over a married man is definitely not it, because it never ends well. You are not the priority. The wife is. Whether Remy Ma has a man or not is irrelevant. She already made it clear. When she calls Papoose, he's there, in a New York minute, and that's just the reality. But every single time Papoose is back in New York, we see the same pattern repeat with Claressa Shields. Like clockwork, she becomes even more active online than usual. The posting increases, the responses increase, the energy shifts. We've seen this before. Around the holidays, she was out here shopping Louis Vuitton, flexing heavy, trying to prove a point to the public. Meanwhile, Remy Ma was outside too, showing her body, rocking that mink, moving confidently, unbothered. And that's when Claressa started spiraling online, talking about face tea and body tea, clearly pressed. But here's the thing, Remy Ma is already the blueprint. She doesn't need to morph into anyone. Everything Claressa appears to be chasing or trying to evolve into, Remy already is, naturally, effortlessly. And what really doesn't make sense is how fast the narrative flips. One day it's my man, my baby, and the next it's threats, anger, and emotional outbursts. How is a married man your man? I just don't see it. I refuse to accept it. Because if that were truly the case, why isn't the divorce finalized? Why is Remy Ma still legally his wife? You're talking about wanting to have a child with a man who is still married, a man who, anytime his wife calls, is on the first flight back to New York. That's not speculation. That's been publicly confirmed. So what exactly are we doing here? You can't control Papoose, and that's the real issue. Make it make sense. That alleged $8 million means nothing to him beyond whatever cut he's getting and whatever access it provides. He's already said he's getting into boxing rooms, sitting in meetings, positioning himself. Eventually, he's going to extract everything he can from this situation, visibility, connections, money, and then move on. And then what? Then it's on to the next situation. On to cleaning up alleged deaths, on to whatever benefits him most, and you'll be left sitting with regret, realizing how much time, energy, and focus you wasted on a man who was never fully available, instead of locking in on your boxing career and what actually matters. That's the reality. So there it is. That's it. That's all. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.